his office and watching this like video of Barry in his place, looking at the stuff about how his father died, that sort of thing, and the lightning struck.
Yeah, very interesting.
So the plot thickens at that point. So like I said, it's been a pretty good show, and Barry does have one standoff against him, and he fails the first time. The second time, because the first time it's when they lost the judge, and when they're going for the third time, they finally kind of figure out a way to do it, because obviously Barry's got the earpiece, so they're kind of telling him what to do in some cases. So what happened is the last target on this guy's list was Joe.
No.
Oh, so Flash isn't going to let this happen, right? And before he goes to find this guy, which is at the prison, the girl, I can't remember her name, gave him an antidote to if he gets, if the guy kind of jumps in and puts the gas in him, that this will make sure he doesn't die.
Okay.
So what happens is he goes to the jail. Before he goes, he's trying to find out where Joe is. He's like asking Eddie, blah blah, like where's Joe? Like I really need to know where he is. And then finally Eddie tells him he's like at the jail. So he goes to the jail, and Joe's talking to Barry's dad, and he's like saying, I believe you now, blah blah, that I'm gonna do whatever I can to get you out of here, that sort of thing. And then the guy comes in, kills one of the guards, or the guard that was there, and jumped in Joe. And then Flash gets her, so Flash gives the antidote, saves Joe, and then kind of matches off against this guy, and they end up outside. And pretty much what they figure out to tell him is he can't keep in the gas state for too long, because it'll do something to the molecules of his body. So pretty much means he'll stay solid. He won't be able to turn into the gas. So pretty much Barry had to keep him moving. So he's darting here, there, everywhere until finally he slows down and pretty much knocks him out, and then take him back to this corporation's headquarters, and they have him locked up in this place where he's never going to get out. But it was pretty crazy. It was a lot of good action, but like a really good storyline. And finally, Eddie, and I don't remember Barry's friend's name.
Iris.
Iris, is that Joe's daughter's name? So Eddie and Iris finally tell Joe that they're dating, and Joe's like, oh yeah, goes I know, goes I'm a detective. He goes because I knew it. I think because I pretty much knew at the house, because when he says like, I'm here looking for you to go to look for this guy, he's like, all right, well, let's go. Right, now you think about it. Now you think about like, he already did know. He just didn't pick up on it.
I got you. Wow. No. See, I was thinking to myself last week. How could Joe, this really smart guy, great detective, not figure out that his daughter's trying to pull one over on him? And I kind of thought it would be a little weird if he couldn't see through it. So I'm glad that they put that in there.
Yeah, well, exactly. Because like obviously now you think about it, that makes perfect sense. That's why he was so quick to go. Like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm interrupting your date, so we're good.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was a good episode. And the one thing I'm not sure if we talked about before, but I keep on, I keep on forgetting to talk about it, is Barry's dad was like the original Flash.
Yes, he was. John Wesley Shipp.
Right, and I can't remember if we talked about that at all, but if we didn't, we can do a quick discussion on now that he is like the original Flash. So for the people who didn't know that, there you go. There's a fun fact. And
yeah, it kind of ties the two shows together.
Exactly. So, anyways, point being is like Flash is still good and it's getting better.
I'm excited to hear that. And I have a little casting tidbit about the show coming up. Roger Howarth, who plays Franco on General Hospital, is joining the show in a recurring role as a reporter at the newspaper that Iris is working at. He's kind of her mentor, apparently. So they're going to be investigating the Flash, who's named that. He's the Flash right now in the papers, but they're investigating it. So that's going to be an interesting little story arc, because she's now digging a little deeper. Kind of reminds me of Chloe on Smallville, how she had her school newspaper and she was always investigating Clark, but didn't know she was investigating her best friend.
Okay. Well, the only thing with that is General Hospital, I don't know, a soap crossover.
Well, I mean, he's not going to be playing his character from General Hospital, but...
Well, no. I know that. I don't know. That's what I'm going to think about now. So I kind of wish you hadn't told me that because I'm probably gonna be thinking about that now. So, General Hospital.
Well, as a general, I do watch General Hospital, so I'm a little excited. It's exciting for me anytime. Like, I'll see one of the soap people pop up because typically they're so busy working on soap, so you don't get to see them on anything else. So I'm a little excited to see some of them just kind of step out of the role that you see them play every day.
No, fair enough. And you know, the one thing is like I don't remember seeing previews for the next episode, but the one thing that kind of leads me to believe that we're gonna see Felicity and Flash next week, or vice versa, Flash with Felicity, is because one of the last scenes when she's walking away from her boss, if you remember, like when he was checking out like these military weapons, he's like, "Where are you going?" And she goes, I can't remember exactly what she said, but let me believe she was going to see Barry.
Yeah, I think you're totally right, because I think during the Arrow show, I caught a little preview for the Flash, and Felicity was in it.
Well, there we go. See, that I didn't see, but yeah, so I think she'll be in the next episode.
Yay! I'm excited to see her on there.
So, I mean, they haven't said directly, but that's what leads me to believe, because what she was saying was pretty much saying, like, I'm going to see Barry. So, but she didn't say his name, obviously, because the guy doesn't know who he is in general. But, yeah, so that's, I'm pretty sure, and since you saw the preview, that, yeah, we'll probably see her in the Flash for a little bit next week.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited too about there's supposed to be a Felicity-centric episode coming up where we're going to meet her mom. So I'm excited. I think there are going to be a lot of interesting developments for that character.
Oh, we're going to meet her mom, eh? Huh.
Yes.
That should be.
Sorry, go ahead.
What's that? Sorry.
I was going to say her mom's being played by Charlotte Ross, who is also on a soap opera, Days of Our Lives.
Oh. Okay. Well,
fun fact for everyone.
Yeah. For those who still watch soap operas. So.
I do.
No, I mean, I don't.
I love them.
It's just not a guy thing. It really isn't. So.
I do know a lot of guys who watch them.
Okay, well, fair enough. We'll say okay. You know what? I'm not gonna say more of this because I don't want to generalize. But never mind. So forget it. I'm done.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I was gonna say. I mean, it's not every guy. We'll call a select few guys. I guess in some cases, I mean, it might be like a guilty pleasure. But I personally, I can't do it. I can't.
I got it.
And the only reason why is because when I was younger, my babysitter, she either, depending on the day, either you go out and play, or you can sit here and watch Young and the Restless with me. And so a couple times, like, I just didn't feel like going outside, so I watched it anyways. And of course, I'm asking a million questions and annoying her. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Well, what happened to her? Well, they gave her drugs. What are drugs? Something that doesn't make her feel good, you know? So that I remember asking about because I couldn't figure it out. And it was at the time, this was, oh Christ, it must have been like, I don't know, like 88, 89, like right around there. So, it's Victor's wife at the time, and she's been kidnapped and drugged, so she doesn't know where the hell she is. And out this random house, and Victor's hot on the trail. It's like, so yeah, that's what I do remember. That was almost about 20 years plus. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah.
It is still stuck with you because it was very memorable.
Well, mainly because like I was asking her, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? And annoying her slowly, but not intentionally doing it. It's like, well, if I'm gonna watch this, I want to know what the hell I'm watching here, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I used to do the same thing with my mom when she would make me lunch. I would start sneaking watching as the world turns. And I would be like, well, what? I would start asking questions, and Mom would know that I was watching, so I wasn't really supposed to be watching. And it was fun to kind of learn about the characters. And I think when you watch Primetime, everything is so densely packed together. All the characters have these interactions together on daytime. So when you watch Primetime, it feels a lot easier to follow to me because everyone on Ahsoka is normally like over 30 cast members, so
right.
It's very intricate. I would say it's more like a book, watching a book come to life than a TV show. But it is hard to kind of get into. But once you're in, you're hooked.
All right. Well, okay. I don't think I will be watching anytime soon, but I'll take your word for
All right.
it. So, just a couple rock notes here. What this one was just funny, and I was one of those things you kind of shake your head and just really look what it's okay. So what happened was in San Francisco, since the Giants and the Kansas City Royals are in the World Series, until the series is done, Lord Song Royals has been taken off the playlist until the series is done. Why? I don't know, because it has absolutely nothing to do with baseball whatsoever. Just because it says Royals doesn't mean they're talking about the Kansas City Royals, you know? She's talking about youth and being a kid. She's not talking about a baseball team.
Yeah, I don't really get that. I do think I remember hearing her say something about the Royals maybe inspiring the song, but I'll have to look that up because I don't really remember. I think I remember hearing her say she watched on TV, but maybe that's just someone asking if it was inspired from that because of the name being the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think she might be playing with a little bit. But I was like completely like they're like, well, would you want the do what the fans says? Like, you really listen to that many fans that you pull it off the stations. What, they threaten not to listen because they're going to listen anyways. That's just it's an idle threat.
Yeah, that is really bizarre.
So here it gets bizarre and even funnier, and I gotta find this when it comes out if it's not out already. But this one caught my eye too. If you remember the original Dukes of Hazzard, so co-stars John Schneider and Tom Woppett record. You ready for this? A Christmas album.
Whoa!
Yeah, so I am very curious, and I think that's probably gonna be one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
Now, is it going to be a parody Christmas kind of album where they're having a little fun with it?
I'm sure they'll try to have a little fun with it. I mean, it doesn't give tons of detail about it, but probably I would assume they'd probably be trying to lighthearted about it. But I still think it's gonna be funny, but not intentionally funny. I mean, this is gonna be like so ridiculous that you can't believe you're listening to the Duke Boys singing, like oh Holy Night or something, right?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to picture.
So yeah, it was that one really made me laugh, and just a few other kind of smaller things. Elvis Presley's original photographer just passed away at 85, so. It's excited here, but and of course you can see all the pictures are up online, and for those of you huge Elvis fans. And the only other thing I can think of was the other day Pearl Jam played it was like kind of a circuit show, but they played one of their older albums called No Code in Full, and then they played a couple new songs. And personally, I used to like I still do like Pearl Jam, but I like their older material as opposed to their newer material. I know bands have to evolve and change, but I just not into it. So, but they did that, and I thought it was like, and even though I think actually, to be honest with you, I think No Code is actually the last Pearl Jam album I bought, and that was, I want to say it was probably 98 maybe. 99, maybe right around there, because right around that time too they released a live album called Live on Two Legs. But yeah, it was an alright album. There's a few good tunes on there, but it wasn't like jam packed. Actually, you know what, I lied. The last Pearl Jam I bought was Yield, and that it came after No Code. So anyways, Yield was a lot better, but No Code was kind of, it was like an album. It wasn't that good, it wasn't that great. It's like, if you're gonna play an album full, you probably could have played a better album than that. So, I would think people would want to hear, their very first album, 10, or even their two albums after that, Versus and Vitology. So, but yeah, so that they did that. And for Canadian music fans, they know who the Tragically Hip is. They're doing reissues of their, probably pretty much one of their biggest sellers. The album is called Fully Completely, so they're doing reissues in about a month or so. And they're actually touring and essentially playing the album at each show in full.
Ooh.
So... I mean, being Canadian, I've seen Tragically Hip at least 4 times.
Wow. Wow.
because they're almost like Rush. They're like a kind of like a stamp for Canadian music.